Hi, Stacy. I'm doing really well. How are you today? Why are you stressed, Stacy? Tell me. I am all ears. I am always doing well. I never allow anything or anyone to stress me out, at least not anymore, you know? And so and I like to be around people and environments that appreciate me, like here in my channel. And now also Facebook and Twitch and all that, because you're watching me from YouTube. Is that correct? No worries, no worries. You still need to tell me what's going on. Why are you stressed? And also, Stacy, what is your zodiac sign? Well, I have two jobs, and my main job, I have a toxic boss. It's just like you said, I need to be in a place that appreciates me, but people just seem to not like me for some reason. I am an Aries. Okay, okay. How long have you been working in this place? What is your boss's zodiac sign? Do you know? I've been back and forth with the director, and she seems to be on my boss's side. She's flip flopping back and forth. I don't want to just walk out, but I also feel like I'm not being heard either. My boss Terry is an Aquarius, and the director above her is an Aries. Okay, interesting. Okay, okay. So you are having trouble with Terry, who is your boss, your direct boss, I'm understanding. And he's an Aquarius, and the person above Terry, she is an Aries. You try to talk to the director about Terry, she just doesn't happen to see your point. Okay. You don't want to necessarily leave either. Okay. And what zodiac sign are you, Stacy? I don't remember your zodiac sign. Oh, you do want to leave. Okay, okay. So, what is your question necessarily? Do you want to know if you're going to find a new job really quick? What exactly is your question? Okay, so you're getting your resume to leave. Okay, okay. You are an Aries, April 19th. Okay, okay. Well, I'm happy that you're willing to leave a toxic environment. It's so funny how I'm over here talking about being where I feel appreciative, and your question was exactly about that. You know, being in people's presence where those people actually want to be in your presence, right? I know I am going to leave anyway. My question is, for my remaining time left, how can I keep the peace? Or should I not keep the peace? I just don't want to be fired. I don't know if that makes sense. Yes, yes, that makes sense. Okay, so basically you just want to know for your remaining time there, you just want to know like how can you lie low and just stay under the radar and where they're not necessarily picking at you and stuff like that, or putting yourself or in a position or in a situation where you get fired before you leave. I understand. Alrighty. So I'm going to go ahead and pull cards to see for you regarding that situation. Okay, so in the bottom of the deck, you have death, which to me, death talks to me about transition, leaving something behind and starting anew. But also with the Tower card, maybe also this was a thing where maybe this was something that you weren't planning maybe originally when you started working there, you were really planning for something different. You had other plans, but things went south and now you have to plan something else. Or even if this was just a temporary thing, I feel like again this went against your original plans and now you had to find another job and do all of this. This is what I'm seeing. Like it went against your original plans. All of this from what I'm seeing with the Tower card and the Death card, but now you're willing to accept the reality of the situation and do something about it. With the Wheel of Fortune, though, I really get the feeling with that card, because I pulled that card as far as your advice, is playing it by ear. So this is going to be one of those things where you're just going to have to really just go off based on the energy and the presence and the atmosphere that you have right in front of you. So I do feel like this is going to, in a way, kind of get the best of you. Just try not to let it get the best of you. And again, like I'm seeing that this went against your original plans with the Emperor. This is telling me right here you were very much focused on trying to get your shit together, your life together. Maybe you were thinking about getting a house of your own. Maybe you were thinking about, getting married, having kids. Point is building. You were focused on establishing yourself, and this was just part of that plan, or just a mini part of that plan, whether that is you wanted to stay here for a few years, maybe 10-15 years, or this was a permanent thing. Maybe you really wanted this to be a permanent thing. Regardless of what the plan was for you, you leaving and needing to make these choices now with the Tower card, with death, this went against your original plans. Now you had to change things because again, this was part of that plan to get yourself to that level. This was just part of the process. And again, don't you love it when people get in your way, when you're just focused on yourself? You're focused so much on yourself and then people just get in your way, and it's just like, bro, I'm just trying to pay my bills, I'm just trying to do some adulting here, can we just get along, right? And it just seems like that that's your problem here. It's just like you're just trying to focus on being this person. You're just focused on this. And and it's like, it just, don't you love it when people just do that for you? And I do feel like, in a way, this kind of does mess with your zen. This kind of does mess with you a little bit, like, so I wouldn't doubt it if right now you do need to go see like a Reiki master, or do some chakra balancing to ground yourself again. I do feel like you might be in need of that right now. And it's because, yes, the reason why this is all happening, justice in reverse, because yeah, people are treating you unfairly. So the cards are telling me right here that this isn't part of your imagination. And don't you love it when people say that there's two sides to the story? I don't always believe that. I sometimes feel like there are narcissists out there who like really do go out of the way to fuck with you. And right here in the position of the foundation, seeing justice in reverse, this is telling me right here that you are dealing with unfairness at work. You are dealing with that, you know. So and she is so nasty. I've been doing acupuncture. Yeah. I would say more like spiritual healing. I don't know what acupuncture is for necessarily, but I would recommend Reiki. So, yeah, they're making it seem like it's all me. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, this is telling me you were working on yourself. And I think at the same time, I feel like while you were working on yourself, as far as, your financial self, your established self, you're probably even thinking about going as far as, even while you were doing that, working on yourself cosmetically. That's almost like what I'm getting right here, whether that's something as simple as a laser, or weight loss, doing extreme weight loss, or again, I'm seeing transformations. I'm saying that you were trying to focus on lots of goals, not just goals on the personal level, but also goals as far as who you are as a person, and what you have, and as far as establishing yourself as well, right? That is such a relief that you are giving me validation that it's not me, it's her. Well, yeah, the cards are telling me right here that it's definitely not you. Because I do believe that, because I hate it when people fucking say that, that there's two sides to the story. No, there are fucking assholes out there sometimes who really just go out of the way to just fuck with you for the sake of just fucking with you. And, and sometimes there are people out there who just wake up with a stick up their ass and they just want to fuck with people. That's just the end of the story, you know? And I feel like, that is your situation right here. You're dealing with a bully, and he just happened to see a target. So, yes. So there you go. Doing laser, getting to the gym. Yes. Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if, like, because of this, there could have been a stop, or there could have been a lack of focus. So be careful of that. Don't let you stop focusing on that. So be careful of that. Don't stop focusing on your cosmetic stuff and all of that, because I'm seeing that that's something you've been doing, laser, focusing on all of that, but also focusing on the other stuff. So you're focusing on multiple goals at the same time. And I do, for some reason, the card is talking about an ex coming back. Are you hearing from an ex, or someone you haven't heard from in a long time? But that's irrelevant, right? Cards are talking to me about something else. But again, the cards want to reiterate, they end the reading with saying, don't let this mess with your self-esteem. This is why I was recommending the Reiki, so that we can stay grounded. We end the reading with strength in reverse. Don't let this get to the point where it starts messing with our self-esteem. Okay? Director said there's two sides of the story, Stacy, and I had to get Terry's. Mm-hmm. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That was kind of the feeling that I got. Like, they were treating it that way, and right now the cards are telling me that's not the case here. This wasn't a thing where, two people argued and, like were over a misunderstanding, or, two people who just happened to, butt heads at work, or two, strong character women. No, we're not dealing with anything like that. We This is a situation where you're clearly being bullied. So that's what I'm seeing right here. I don't know what kind. I don't know which X it would be. I'm not sure which X. But okay, well, that is basically what I have for this question for you. As far as should you keep the peace, I feel like this is more of a thing where just try to defend yourself. I would suggest record. Start recording. If you feel like this person's about to approach you, just listen to that intuition. Start recording on your phone. Put it in your pocket. Put it in your backpack. Put it in your lunchbox. If you have your lunchbox right next to you, start recording. When you see this person approach you and they're about to talk to you about something, start recording. Or if you want, sometimes I've seen people where they will record their entire shift, the entire audio of their entire shift, so they don't have to bother with turning it on, turning it off, because sometimes managers get weird about you having your phone. So do that if you feel like it. Then there you go, there won't be two sides of the story anymore, because people, I that's one thing about our society, is that if it's not recorded, no one believes you. That's the thing about our society. If you don't have it recorded, it's a he said, she said thing, and no one believes you. But the moment you have a video, no one cares about hearing the other side of the story. So, but okay, so basically the message is to lay low and be quiet. Well, the cards are really telling me just to play it by ear. They're telling me, well, they're not really telling me yes or no. They're just telling me to play it by ear. And I feel like this is more of a thing where if something recording is illegal, check, double check. Another thing that can prove as evidence too is journaling. If you start keeping a journal, but also keep a journal, get one of those composition journals where you can't rip the pages off. Get one of those and start writing dates and writing notes of little things, big or small, because he could be doing like little covert things that they're clearly bullying, but whether they are covertly, or they're very like apparent, he's apparently like bullying you, just write them down like he did, December 8th, 2024 at 5 a.m. I heard him talking about me with my coworkers. December 9th at 9 p.m. Blah, 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 blah. That also serves as proof even in court. So, but yes, you did send another 5. I don't know if you have necessarily another question, but the cards to answer that question, I feel like the cards are saying just play it by ear with the Wheel of Fortune. This is telling me right here that luck is on your side. So I feel like this is more of a thing. If you play it smart, you could win it. You could do really well. So yeah, but if I were you, I would check everything, see if recording is illegal. But look at this is sometimes your HR or the people that you work with will tell you it's illegal, but when you Google it, it really isn't. So Google it. I don't know what state you're in, Stacy, or what country you're in. So just Google it and you'll figure that out if it's illegal where you are. All right, do you want to ask if it's the ex you're thinking of or if it's a different ex? What exactly do you want to ask about your ex? Give me a question about your ex. If you want, you can give me the name of the ex you're thinking about, and I can ask if he is the one that will be coming back and when. Okay, so I will ask if it is Muhammad. What is Muhammad's zodiac sign? Capricorn. All right, let's see. All right, we can leave it at that because you don't want to know. All right, so let's see if we see Muhammad coming back. Do we see Muhammad coming back? See my client Stacy. Aries, you blocked him out. All righty. He is coming back. He totally is coming back. But I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. I would give it like a year where I see you hearing from him or I see him coming back. But it's karma. It's karma being repaid. He might apologize. I'm saying he might want to right a wrong. So this might be a thing where like maybe his conscience, his guilt. I don't know what he did, but the cards are telling me right here with the devil and justice, his guilt has been something that's been eating at him. So he must have been an asshole, I guess. But the cards are telling me right here that his guilt or something that he was ashamed of or guilty of really ate at him. He wants to come back and probably right a wrong. But the thing is that if you allow it, I feel like he does have the intention of trying to come in and out of your life after that. So if you don't, um, so he's going to continue trying. I don't think this is going to be like a one attempt kind of thing and then you never hear from him again. This might be a thing where like throughout the course of your life you're going to hear from him. You know, like I see you hearing from him the next time, like I said, around sometime in 2025 or in 2026, but like around a year from now. Um, but like you see, but from what I'm saying, it's going to be sporadically from time to time throughout the course of your life. I don't think it's going to be like a once thing and then boom, vanishes, never hear from him again. But I don't think it's going to be a thing where like he bugs you every freaking weekend. No. I feel like he wants to right a wrong. I feel like that's his intention initially. I feel like he wants to apologize, like he feels guilt. Like I feel like he feels bad. They don't necessarily say anything about love. They just say stuff about guilt. Yeah, I just double checked. It's basically about and I think partly too what makes him feel guilty is the attention part. It's the fact that you're not in his life and the fact that that you're not in his life. It's for a reason. It's because of something he did. So it's the attention part. He knows he's not getting your attention, and he knows he's not getting the attention because of something he did. He knows he doesn't have your attention. He knows he doesn't have you in his life because of something he did. And that's where the guilt comes. I hope that makes sense. Interesting. He left me, I believe, for someone else 11 years ago, girl. We were together for 4 years, and he abruptly left me out of nowhere. And I tried to contact him for 3 years straight afterwards, and he ignored me. There you go. That's what he did. Yeah, the cards are just basically telling me right here something that he did. Yeah, and that's crazy. That was 11 years ago, man. He wouldn't answer a call, answer the door, nothing. Wow, girl. And why were you contacting him? Were you trying to find an explanation? Like, were you trying to find closure? Were you trying to get him back? What was it? Well, just because he feels guilty doesn't mean he's grown up. Okay, giving him too much credit. um, All of the above. You wanted the closure. Okay, because he left abruptly. You did say that, yes. And you wanted him back. True, true. Not very common for an Aries, actually, Stacy, because from the Aries that I know, you guys are so quick to move on, which, I totally hate on. That's like, I wish I had that. I'm a water sign, so I was too in love with him. Yes, I can see that. I can see that. And that's the thing about being ruled by Mars. One thing I do have in common, because I'm a Scorpio, and one thing Scorpios and Aries have in common is that we are ruled by the same planet of Mars. So when we see a challenge, we can be like men. So we will chase and chase and chase. I've chased so many men in my life, which was so embarrassing. And it's like, goodness gracious, the more they would say no, the more I'd see it as a challenge. And it was like, I need to remember that I'm the female here. It's not the other way around. Capricorn moon, Leo rising. I also have Venus and Pisces. Oh, and then the Venus and Pisces. I heard you guys are big lovers. So maybe that's what kept me hanging on. Yes, I've had so many clients with Venus and Pisces. And man, you guys can hang on. You guys can hang on to dear life for that man, for that woman, for that person. Once you have your eyes set on that person, like I've had so many relationships with Pisces and growing up, and I feel like those were the only good ones that I had. Those were the only ones because like even though I wasn't necessarily great to them, gosh, when you guys have your eyes set on someone, it's like, wow, nothing can tear your eyes away. Nothing can change your mind. You know, you feel very Taurusy. Are you like on the cusp with Taurus? Oh, you said you're 419. So would that be? Well, you're close to the cusp of Taurus. Um, I will tell you right now. I know my man is coming. The love of my life, he's coming. I can feel it. Yes, you did say April 19th. Yes. Well, girly, your birthday's close to 420 weekend. I am part of a committee for a pagan retreat where we do all kinds of new agey and pagan stuff. It's 3 days, 2 nights every year on that weekend. If you're interested, you will see that information on my Instagram later on this year. Smoke them if you got them. I know. I know. Well, but yeah, if you are ever in Southern California around your birthday weekend, why don't you come to the retreat? And it's not even expensive. This year, I think it was like $60. This past April, and it's for 3 days, 2 nights. Yeah, yeah. I've decided to be a volunteer and part of or one of the organizers there. So for next year's, so hopefully that will be cool. So you'll see me there. You'll see a lot of other people there. There's going to be another popular pagan streamer there. And she's also going to be part of the committee too. So there's going to be a lot of cool people. There's going to be workshops. There's going to be yoga classes. There's going to be, it's also kid friendly and pet friendly. So if you want to bring your cat, you want to bring your dog, bring them all if you have more than one. Just of course, watch over them, clean after them, of course. And yeah, so I think it's going to be the same price next year, $60. Yeah, and 3 days, 2 nights, and you get to do all of the events. And there's going to be vendors. There's going to be food. as part of the committee, that's going to be something that I'm going to advocate, where I want more food trucks and stuff like that, because the people who have the campground or whatever that we rent from, um, they cook food, but they get very picky about being vegetarian or vegan friendly, because a lot of people in the pagan community or people in the new age community, they're transforming, they're vegan and vegetarian. So we wanted people, we advocated for them, and they kind of got a little mad about that. So I'm thinking about asking them if we can get food trucks, and stuff like that, because we want to be friendly to everyone. We want to show that we're accommodating everyone. So there's going to be vendors, people selling candles, people doing like massages. There's going to be classes, workshops. There's going to be people who do groups and stuff like that. So it's going to be fun. So it's going to be fun. Last year, or the one that this past April, I remember they did this really cool thing about where there was where they talked about doing ceremonies with chocolate, and how they do it like with the indigenous groups in Guatemala and stuff like that. So and I bought some of this sacred cacao, and it was pretty awesome. I've never ate pure cacao like that ever. It was so expensive, but it was so good, and I used it for one time before I did like a psychic fair event, because I also do psychic fairs too, here in Southern California. I did it. I ate it one time, and right before an event, and it was pretty cool. The readings were awesome, so I think I was pretty insightful that day for those people. Not that I don't think I'm. I think I'm pretty insightful every time, but yeah. Yes. But yes, you should follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. You would find that information right there. I'm not going to be posting it anytime soon, but if you send me a message, I can share the profile, the Instagram profile, to you if you DM me on Instagram. And you can like follow their Instagram page, and so you can keep updated. And even if you want to volunteer, you can volunteer. And we have also people who travel, not the one this April, but the one from last year, 2023. We had people coming from London. It's pretty cool. Have I ever done frog medicine? No. What is it for? I don't think, well, once I touched a frog once, and it was not cool. Oh wow, I didn't know I was on mute. Okay, so wait, you use frogs in ayahuasca? I thought ayahuasca. Well, I'm guessing you meant ayahuasca, right? I thought that was a tea. But I never done ayahuasca. That is one thing on my bucket list, though. I do want to go to a spiritual retreat for those. Um, but that's something that I wish we could do. That would be nice. You mean like the type of frog is called a cambo? Ayahuasca is from a tree bark of that specific tree. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Yeah, I've never done ayahuasca, but that is something I do want to do it, but like go to like a ceremony and do it, like that with like a shaman and stuff like that. I wonder how cool that's going to be like. Hi Mia. We just saw your payment on PayPal. Do you have a question for me, Mia? Cambo is from a frog called the giant monkey frog. Interesting. And where do you see this monkey? Like, is it in Africa or what? But no, I never heard of frog medicine. It's a frog called a monkey frog, and Cambo's the poison secretions from the frog, and you take it for medicine or psychedelics. Interesting. Okay. So, Mia, what is your zodiac sign? Oh, I see. I'm an Aquarius, and the person I want to know about is Libra, and her name is Marie. Okay. What is your question regarding Marie? Libra. Well, you guys are astrologically compatible. Aquarius, Libra, you guys are both air signs. I just wonder why she played me and had a hot and cold behavior. Okay. Okay. I am going to use the Witch's Tarot, which is this deck right here. I did a private reading earlier today, and I felt called upon to do love readings today with this deck today. So this is the Witch's Tarot. Alrighty. Let's see what we have to say for you, Mia. I hope I'm saying your name correctly, Mia. Alrighty. Let's see what the cards want to say for you. You guys had a past life connection. This felt too familiar. Too good to be true. I know this is going to sound super cliche, but bear with me here. I'm seeing a past life connection. Sorry, my cards are going to be washed off a little bit because I'm using a green screen. So I feel like she struggled a lot with her communication. There was a lot that she did not say. There was a lot that she did not express to you. And there, even today, I'm even seeing her even thinking to herself that there was things that were never revealed to you. So I'm seeing things about her feeling like she didn't express herself enough with you, or there was certain things that she didn't share with you. And then in her mind, I'm seeing her thinking about opening up certain things. And but there's something about here about, I don't know, it just feels like she was like stuck. Like, did she just freeze when it came to confrontation, or did she just really struggle with communication? Was it just really not her thing? Was it really just not? Then again, it's not really um, a Libra thing. I feel like sometimes I've seen a lot of Libras struggle with articulating things. And I'm just saying, like, I, it, when it came to really truly being transparent, it's almost like she would freeze, or she would get stuck, or she just didn't know how to approach uh, conversations with you. Um, but overall, she seemed very bubbly, very positive, just really awesome to be around, and very beautiful. And you felt like you had to leave this behind, this journey behind. And I feel like what the cards are telling me, though, is that this was a past life connection that just was not succeeded. This felt very familiar, and I feel like the cards are telling me there are things that she just did not tell you. There are certain things that you do not know. Um, let me ask what these things are. She was focused on herself. I do see that I think she was more just interested she was just more leaning towards just wanting to focus more on herself. I'm seeing that being a thing for her. I feel like at first she was interested, but then as time went on, I think she realized it was more about the chase than it was really anything. Um, I think she really enjoyed getting to know you and vice versa. But I feel like after yeah, she was very beautiful. That's what I'm seeing right here. They're showing me this. And every time I see this, it kind of just gives me a feeling that she was very beautiful. Yeah. Uh-huh. She was gorgeous. She was beautiful. Yeah. Um, was she I want to know if she was really into you. She was really genuinely into you. I Yeah, Four of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I mean that would have answered it with the Devil card in reverse anyway. Because, like I said, I think at first she was. I think at first she was, or I think she thought she was. Um, but I feel like she really just stuck around out of boredom. If you want me to be brutally honest, I think she really just stuck around out of boredom. Um, I think she stuck around because, And I believe me, because I see the Four of Cups in reverse, this makes me feel like she knew what she was doing was morally wrong. She knew you were interested. She knew you liked her. You know, seeing this card right here, she wasn't oblivious to her bullshit. Okay, seeing the Four of Cups in reverse, if you're interested in what card this is, Four of Cups in reverse. And I see that in her heart. And maybe that's what she's keeping inside, is that maybe just giving you that closure, or maybe just the fact that she never really told you the real truth as to why she really stuck around for this long and played you, and was just hot and cold. Maybe there were times where she felt flirtatious. Again, oh my goodness, I think I froze. Give me a second, guys. Do not leave. I know there's High Priestess who paid for 2 readings. Zen, who is asking for 2 readings. Go ahead and send your payment. If you're interested in sending your payment, there's PayPal, Venmo, and everything else down below. I will be back, guys. Do not leave. Do not leave, okay? I will be back. She said things and didn't mean it, like said one thing and did another with her actions, got me very confused. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm just seeing from her. Just hot and cold, very contradictory. And the cards are just really telling me that, yeah, she was never really truly honest about her intentions with you. And I think she really, to be brutally honest, I think she stuck around because she was bored and she really just had nothing better to do with her life. Um, that's just what the cards are telling me, you know? So that answers your question. Why did she do what she did? And then I also wanted to double check. I double checked if there were feelings there, and seeing the devil card in reverse with the four of cups in reverse, I think there was a point where I think she thought she did have feelings. um Goodness gracious, there you go. I think there was a point where I think she thought she had feelings. Um, but I think it was more, I think, infatuation and everything else more than anything. And then the hot and coldness, right? I can only imagine, Mia. I can totally imagine, I I can only imagine you finding someone that you are physically and emotionally interested and attracted to. I bet you just felt like you had the best of both worlds, and I bet that was like the best feeling of all of it, and than for her to act that way, because with the devil card in reverse, I can only imagine how amazing it was in the beginning, you know because with the double card in reverse, it does tell me that you were totally into her. She was totally in it in the beginning, and that tells me that I think she thought she was into it. um you know, but I think it was really the chase and, just having someone just really coming after her and giving her all that attention and just feeling amazing like that, was what kind of threw her off and what made her feel like maybe she thought she was into you, but really it was how you made her feel. Um, You're welcome, Mia. Thank you so much for coming in. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I am here 12 p.m. and 5 p.m. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. But also follow me on Instagram because I also do in-person psychic fairs and events. If you are interested in ever seeing me in person and doing a tarot reading with me, follow me on Instagram. You will see that information on the description, and or you can subscribe here on YouTube. You will see me announce it on YouTube as well, right? So thank you, Mia, and I hope to see you around. Or if you want to keep asking more questions, you are more than welcome to continue to keep donating and asking more questions. Okay, so at least you got the closure that you got. It was a horrible answer, but it's the truth, and I think the cards are just basically telling me that, and the cards did say too, the worst part of it all is that she wasn't oblivious to her BS. She knew what she was doing was wrong. She knew that you were into her. She knew you liked her. She knew that you weren't here to waste your time. She knew that you were into her and you wanted something more. So, whether you expressed it, whether you said it or not, she knew. She knew. Maybe by the way that you treated her, or she just like knew by the way that you were, how attentive you were, how just how amazing you were with her. She just knew. And again, whether you said it or not, she knew. All right, so I brought out some paper because I needed to see who submitted some payments. So who is Goddess 01? You're welcome, Mia. Thank you. So, High Priestess. High Priestess, are you here? High Priestess. Well, I appreciate you, and I appreciate that you chose me to answer those questions for you. Not a lot of people appreciate the honesty. On the contrary, from my experience, people tend to shoot the messenger, if you know what I mean. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you for receiving this message, um, and for choosing me. I hope to see you still here in this channel. I hope you stick around, whether that's tonight or seeing you in my second live stream tonight. Sometimes people stick around to say hi and just to chat. So I don't know how long you've been following me, Mia. I've never seen you around here, so that's why I'm saying, feel more than welcome to stick around. Yes, High Priestess. I wanted to know, what is your name and your zodiac sign? Okay, perfect. Got it. All righty. So, for your first question, you just wanted a general read? Is that what I'm understanding? Or did you want to change that? Okay, perfect. And Clara Aquarius. I'm getting a lot of air signs today. Let's see what we have for you. Well, actually, these cards are going to stay here and they're going to cleanse. I'm going to go ahead and use the Tarot 3D for you. Here you go. Tarot 3D was cleansing with clear quartz and also selenite. So, and if you haven't already, High Priestess, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. I do live stream twice, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, so I will be back in the evening today. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and pull these cards for you. All right, let's see. Hi, Matt. Kiara. Kiara. I thought it was Clara. Sorry. I thought I saw an L instead of an I. Kiara. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. I apologize if I am not. So Kiara, Aquarius. So I wanted to double check a little bit, so I pulled one extra card on the side. I have the world in reverse. In the bottom of the deck, we have the tower. So could we be dealing with a blast from the past? I'm saying a blast from the past, somebody, an ex, or someone from your past who would possibly be reaching out. This is also talking to me about they're warning you about I recently made a decision to give my child back to God after the person turned their back on me and wasn't there. I wasn't prepared to do it all alone, so I've been mourning this loss. The guy was crap. Okay. I apologize, High Priestess. I'm so sorry for that. So I'm assuming that you aborted, right? Um, I just want to make sure so I'm not misunderstanding anything. And you did that because you felt like this person was a piece of shit, which is a piece of shit. And you felt like you didn't have his back. You weren't ready either. So you felt like that was the best choice for everyone involved, including yourself. Okay. But at the same time, you're not super happy about it because it's a horrible experience. So this was the ultimate betrayal. Like there's no coming back from this. Of course, no doubt. I never thought I would have to make a decision like that because I saved myself until I was 29 years old. Okay. Wow. It's a long time, girl. This was the worst mistake ever. Okay. I blocked him because we work at the same company. They reached out, but nothing about my health or the pregnancy, just acting like nothing happened. Okay. So this is possibly what I'm picking up. Someone who just keep a blast from the past, someone who keeps coming back, but there's a lesson with this. And I was gonna say maybe a father figure, maybe someone that you were married to with that card, or someone who was older than you. That's what I was gonna say. Interesting. Before I saw those messages, that was gonna be the next card that I was gonna mention after talking about the tower. But yes, blast from the past. There were lessons that needed to be learned, but actions that needed to be taken because you had a reality check, or you saw the situation for what it really was, and you just accepted fate for what it really was. You accepted the reality for what it really was, and you had to make your choices. You had to make smart choices. You were dealing either with a father. This is the archetype of the father or the husband. That's what I was going to say. I don't know if this was a baby daddy or if this was a husband or someone you lived with. But yes, you did that to create balance. You did that to create balance. But we have the Aquarius card. We do have the Aquarius card, and the Aquarius card is upright. But you know the wonderful thing about the Aquarius card, even when it comes out in reverse, it's saying good things. It's a good card whether it's upright or reverse. So it's a wonderful card to see for an Aquarius also. So yeah. Let's see what else you said. Yes, I waited so long just to meet a piece of shit. Yeah. Oh, believe me, there are plenty of shitty people out there. Believe me, he pretended to be someone he wasn't. Believe me, there are tons of them out there. Tons of them. Like there are tons of scam artists out there who pretend to be the most amazing piece of shit out there, but they're just a bunch of boys wrapped up in aluminum foil. Believe me. Believe me. So be prepared. Be prepared. You're gonna meet more. Believe me. I hope you don't, but from experience, I'm telling you, you're gonna meet more. Okay. So he was like a little boy, very childish. Baby dad, yeah. I just saw my life and things I was doing being put on the back burner if I would have kept it at this time. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You wouldn't have been a priority if you would have kept the kid. You wouldn't have been a priority. The child probably wouldn't have been a priority. He would have treated it like secondhand, you know. He probably wouldn't have cared. He seemed like this nice, upstanding guy, but when it was time to go to the doctor appointments, it was a lot of resistance, inflexibility on his part, and he wasn't giving anything. Yep. So there could be this thing about him coming in and out. So, and you did say that they tried reaching out, but they act like if nothing happened. It is telling me right here, though, for some reason, he's so confused. He's so childish. He's so confused about everything. But you've made your decision. You've analyzed this enough. You've made your decision. You thought about this enough, and you're going to disappear. I feel like you're going to disappear. The only thing is that seeing the Hermit card in reverse, I'm tempted to say that you might respond to one of their attempts to reaching out in the future. So I feel like they're going to continue to reach out, but I feel like in one of those attempts that they try to reach out, you might respond. Um, and that could be just to tell him off. That could be for whatever reason, right? Because you're curious to see what he would say. Whatever. It doesn't say why, but because of this, I'm tempted to say that it's temporary, um, and you might end up reaching out, responding to to this person's attempt in the future, or one of their attempts in the future. It's like he was making it like it was all on me. Yep, I believe you. And on top of that, I found out he was the one saying that he wanted it and wanted to move forward with it. I was holding on to it to the point where I started looking desperate and embarrassed because my family also knew. I feel you. I feel you. I feel that I can only, I mean, I've never been in that position before, but I mean, I can only imagine being in a position where someone is treating you so bad, and you know that the situation can only get so bad to the point where it's like, dude, like, why am I staying now for this? Like, people are starting to, and I can only imagine that people around you were starting to think that maybe you were using, baby as collateral, you know, um, to stick around and stuff, and maybe that was your last straw. Maybe at the last minute, maybe that was the only reason. But then you were like, oh, hell no, you know. Well, if you're happy with your choice, even though you're mourning the loss, then I support you and I'm happy for you. Okay. At some point, I was like, okay, let me choose me, because the reason why I waited so long was because of situations like this, of course. Yeah. Waiting so long, yeah, you avoid a lot. But believe me, there are so many out there. I would say like 95% of men, it sounds horrible, but of people out there are pretty much like out really just looking out for themselves, really. The only thing that's been sticking with me was this poor child. Yeah, yeah. That was probably the only thing at the last minute. That was probably the only thing at that point, at the very last minute before you decided to make that ultimate choice, right? That it was just for the child, right? It's sad, but I know I chose me, my morals, my values, and my traditions. Yeah, because if you would have had the kid, hypothetically speaking, now you're stuck with him and you got to deal with him for another, what, 20 years? And that's if he's involved. If not, you're just going to be left with everything. My apologies if you hear my AC going. It's like 110 degrees here where I am. I happen to live in the desert, so I'm like dying. I can't turn that thing off. So, so I'm sorry about that. Why? Okay, that's gonna be your second question, I'm assuming. Okay, so why is he reaching out? Let's see, because it didn't mention that. I did see that he was going to. But the cards were talking to me about blast from the past, you hearing from someone. Um, you know, I did see something about you learning your lessons and you needing to move forward from that. Funny enough, funny enough, it's not that he wants anything serious. It's really to close the chapter. It's really to just end it, I guess. I think he just you hear music. Yeah, I have background music. So basically, to answer your question, why is he reaching out? Having the Fool card in reverse, the High Priestess in reverse, and the World card in reverse. I think his only motivation for reaching out is for, I guess, a sense of farewell. I think you kind of just left abruptly, or that was just a strange for him. Then again, I did get the moon for him in the previous spread, and we did talk about him feeling confused, or him feeling like he was kind of left in the dark about something. Um, oh, it's ended. LOL. He's also blocked from contacting me. Yes, yes, yes. But you did say that somebody tried reaching out to you to see if you were okay. Uh, didn't you say that? Hi, Christina. Yes, I'm still taking questions. As many as you'd like. I told him when my appointment was the day of. He never reached out, so after my appointment, I blocked him. Like, dude, you could have at least checked up on me. Okay, okay. He knew when the appointment was. He also didn't want to come. So if he was confused about it, he should have shown up to know what was going on. Yeah. Mhm. So the cards are still telling me it's not. So if you blocked him, point is that I do think that he's still going to try to reach out. And if he ever does, ever get a hold of you, or point is his intention of reaching out or trying to get a hold of you is not because he wants anything serious, it's because I think he just wants answers. Um, I think he just wants answers as to why he's blocked and why the disappearance. Like, what did he do? I think he's just confused about that. Makes sense. Makes sense. I'm not saying, Kiara, that what you're saying does not make sense. I'm just saying that from his perspective, I can see why to him he could be a bit confused. You see what I'm saying? And why he would want to know why he's blocked. Childish. 3 weeks before I aborted, he ghosted me. Wow. I still reach out to him as a final straw, like her, before I make my final decision. Let's figure it out. I tried to coordinate first. It was still the same behavior of him not putting any effort in or trying to be supportive. Just nothing. Interesting. Interesting. And it's so funny that you mentioned a general reading, that you want to do a general reading, and then I pick up on like a blast from the past, somebody that wants to reach out, but you know that this is something that's no good. You've already came to the decision, or the realization, more like the realization, that this person, this situation is not good. And now that you're explaining the whole situation, it's just totally not good. Um, So, High Priestess, what are we gonna move? What can I do from here for you now? What are you gonna do? By that point, I was like, okay, what am I trying for still? I sat down and analyzed it, and then made the abortion appointment and just moved forward. Exactly. Save those situations for, uh, do those things. Plan a family with someone that's worth it. Plan a family with somebody that's worth it, someone that is going to help you, provide for you, someone who isn't a child, someone who isn't going to be another child, okay? So, and what's better than doing it, than planning for it, than having a child unexpectedly, right? What's also weird is normally he was always texting all day, every day. As soon as I talked about going to the doctor, it was crickets. Hmm. Okay, sure. You can go ahead and submit another payment if you want. We already asked two questions for you. We did the general, and you wanted us to know, like, why was he reaching out? If you want to go ahead and submit for more questions, you are more than welcome to do so. Christina just submitted payments for two questions, actually. Oh, you donated for two more? Okay, I'll write it down. Since I'm still hearing your energy, let's just go ahead and finish your next two questions, okay? And if you haven't subscribed, High Priestess, please subscribe. And Christina, I will be with you in just a second. I saw your payment, okay? Will anyone new come in my life who actually has good intentions and will be there? Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and do a time frame to see when I see the next person in your life to look out for that would be not a waste of your time, so to speak. And that would be someone that you can find yourself romantically and physically attracted to. And again, that would not be a waste of your time, that would want the same things as far as commitment and all of that. Okay. So let's see a time frame.
So I have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Fool, Judgment, the Sun, and Strength in reverse. So I do see you going out. I do see you having fun. I do see rapid healing for you. Um, and to answer your question as far as the time frame, I do see like maybe about a couple candidates, a couple meaning two candidates. I would say about a year and a half to 2 years from now. Like about 19, 20 months from now. So a year and a half, 2 years to be exact, like about 19 months from now. Okay. So 2 years max, 16. But if you want me to be exact, I would say like around 19 months. I see about around two candidates, especially seeing these two cards right here. Um, you're going to be a bit flabbergasted about the attention, like and it's so funny because the cards are telling me, right, it's the message that I got in my brain was you're supposed to be feeling flattered, hence all this Leo vibe, all this Leo energy. So this could be like real good Leo energy. I don't know if there's going to be like a lot of Leo stuff going on with the astrology or whatever, or if these people are Leo. The point is that you should be flattered, but instead you're going to be flabbergasted as like how is it possible that I got like these two men fighting for my attention, fighting for my love, and look at the lovers with the devil. That's a good combination to see together. I know for people who don't read tarot that doesn't sound right, but as a tarot reader, seeing these two cards together, that's actually a good thing. It's telling you that again, there's going to be the physical attraction as far as being on the same page as far as like what you guys want in terms of a long-term relationship and romance. Okay, so that's a long time. That's not a long time. Okay, 2 years. That's not a long time. Okay, you can wait 2 years. In the meantime, you can continue to focus on yourself. You can continue to focus on you. If there are things that you need to focus on, do it. Do it. Plus, you're still in your late 20s, early 30s. You have a whole lot of things to worry about than to be worrying about relationships. Okay. I know you probably hear that a lot. You probably do. Believe me, I was that age. And I believe I hated it when people older than me would always tell me that, but it's true. It's true. When you become in your 30s, like me, which I'm not that far from you, I'm barely I'm only 31, but just being on this side of town now, being in my 30s, I can really see, I can really tell you, like believe me, there are lots of things to worry about than who you're gonna end up with, and that person will come, yes, totally. And 2 years is not a long time, okay, Kiara. You can wait those 2 years, and there are tons of things you can do. Traveling, again, pick up a hobby class. I don't know, crafting at Michael's. Okay, do something. All right, there's tons of things to do, tons of things to check off on your bucket list. Okay, we are in Aquarius. You probably have checked off a lot of things off your bucket list. I wouldn't be surprised, but still, I'm sure there are plenty of things to worry about, and I'm sure that person will come, and I'm sure if you focus on other things, those 19, 20 months will go in no time. Okay, my next child will have another child when we are both ready. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and ask when you will have a child. Okay, that's just what I'm gonna ask. When will I see you having a child? Time frame as far as when I see you having a child. Does that make sense? Oh my goodness, I know. You air signs, you guys are like that. Like you guys expect things yesterday. I know. But there's a reason why things play out that way. Think about it that way. That's something that, us Scorpios are pretty good about. Like
We can be like black widows. We will sit there and wait for the right time. Like we will sit there, and something that other signs need to learn, that maybe there's a reason why the universe has you to wait. Think of it that way. Every time I always see a delay now in my life, I tell myself maybe there's a reason for that. And then I start focusing on something else. And then I actually end up, and then I'm like happy that I did that because I'm just like, oh, wow, cool. Good thing I did that. Maybe there was a reason for that. The universe has your back if you notice it. Sometimes things end up being like a blessing in disguise. Like you show up to the nail salon and it's closed, and you're like, what? It's freaking like 2 o'clock on a Tuesday. How is it closed? Like you guys are supposed to be open, right? And maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Maybe it's because you're supposed to save that money to pay your car bill, right? Whatever, right? I'm speaking in hypothetical terms. But yes, let's see this next question. Time frame. Time frame. Give me a time frame as far as when we see Miss Kiara right here, Aquarius. When do we see Miss Kiara here having a child? When do we see children for Kiara? When do we see her first child? Look, Kiara, if you don't want another whoops, if you don't want another accident with another piece of shit, use protection because I can see it happening within. I can see another situation happening again like this year or next year where we get pregnant and this person is not really anyone serious anyway. And so I see this happening again, and I see this happening soon. And it's not going to be with those serious people that we saw in 19 months or 20 months. This is probably going to happen beforehand. And again, this can happen if we are not careful. So please take your precautions. There are tons of methods out there to avoid these situations. Okay. Of course, abstinence is also one of them. But if that is no longer a choice for you because you did wait a lot um, for the one person, and that person was a piece of shit anyway. Um, there are tons of other methods. Okay, birth control. The IUDs. I was gonna call it DUI. IUDs. There are tons and tons and tons of methods out there. Just make sure we do our research. Make sure we find one that suits you. If and there are tons that do have side effects. If weight gain is something you're not cool with, there are so there are alternatives to other stuff so you don't get the weight gain and all of that. So talk to your OBGYN. But yes, like I'm saying, like this could possibly even happen before meeting those other two candidates. So I see another situation like with this person that you just blocked. So let's avoid that. It just sucks because I have to build myself back up. The pregnancy took a toll on my body, even though it was only 10 weeks. I can only imagine. The physical fatigue and I hear that sometimes you can even still have postpartum depression um, with it too. So that's probably what you're experiencing. So
I can only imagine the emotional toll, the physical toll, and if you're taking medication, sometimes too, taking medication takes a toll on your body, especially antibiotics. Antibiotics can make us feel fatigued and tired and stuff like that. Because the next time I get pregnant, I'm keeping it. It can't go. I can't go through that again. Okay, but if you don't want a situation like this where it's going to be another piece of shit, keep let's use our precautions. Okay, let's use some protection. Okay, because if not, we're gonna just put ourselves in a situation like this again. And if you keep it, you keep it. But it's gonna be another. It's just gonna be a different person, same same person, just different body, same soul, different body, same child, different body, So, yes, next time I'm going to start birth control when I feel ready to go there again. Perfect. Good. Good. Good, because this is telling me right here that if not, we're going to have another oops, and it's going to be with someone that isn't a good person, and you're going to be left alone. That's what I'm seeing right here. Totally. You're picking up my dates. I was supposed to deliver. I was due in late December, early January. Yeah, but the cards are telling me that there would be a repeat in a pattern in your life. Like I see you just getting pregnant again, just dealing with this, same situation, and it would happen like later on this year. All right. Well, Kiara, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you have any more questions, go ahead and send those donations my way. I'm just going to go ahead and answer Christina's questions this time, and then I will just revert back to you if you have more questions for me today. If not, I will be back tonight at 5 p.m. if you have more questions later. And you can stick around to chat if you want. You are more than welcome to do so. Sometimes people stick around and they talk, they stay here and support the other people. And yeah, so Christina, please send me your questions. I did take Plan B last time. I took last time, but they didn't work exactly. Still take your precautions and still wear your condoms. Okay. People, they just rely on the pill, but no, you got to take the pill and you got to use the condoms. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Hit the bell notification as well. If you are here in Southern California, I do in-person psychic fairs and events. So sometimes I do readings for people in person. So I am going to be doing one in mid-August, and another one I will be in Pagan Pride in Los Angeles in October. So I do tarot readings for Pagan Pride. So I will be there, and you will see me in August in Long Beach, the Psychic Fair in Long Beach. If you want more information on that, hit the bell notification so you can get the announcements on YouTube, and also follow me on Instagram. You'll see the information down below. Okay. Thank you. All right. So, Christina. No worries, Kiara. I will do Christina's 2 questions, and then from there, I will go back to your last question. Okay. That's right. You did submit your question earlier. I am a Scorpio, Sun, Capricorn Moon,
Had my date. It went good. That's right. With the Sagittarius guy. What was his name again? So it went great. That's right. That's right. You were going to give us updates. Not sure if we have a future. Okay, so yeah, we wanted to see if things were going to change course now. That is right. Christina, can you remind me what's his name? All right. I went ahead and connected the microphone once again because I'm sure you guys were just hearing that AC going. That was just so embarrassing. Made him so primitive. That's like primitive Yvonne days. Mermaid Oracle primitive days. All right, let's see how things are with Lester. Let's see if things changed, because we did see he was a bit dismotivated and he was ready to leave this relationship. So let's see. Lester, Sagittarius, Christina, Scorpio. So we have the World, 2 of Swords, 3 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles in reverse, 4 of Cups reversed, 10 of Pentacles reversed, 4 of Swords reversed, 7 of Pentacles, and 2 of Cups. I don't remember if you told me this or if I'm just confusing you with somebody else, but point is, did he just come out of a relationship, or did you just come out of a relationship, or are you wondering if he's like rebounding or something? But point is, regardless, what I am seeing right here in the cards, I do see he wants to take more action, because I feel like even though things went great, I do think he's kind of like, it seems like he's he kind of like took a step back, but it's almost like he never came back from that, you know? And I think that's where you have chosen to start stepping it up and putting your part, right? And that's what I'm seeing. Like, he's still there where he hasn't undone that, where it's like, again, like he went from being full force, putting his all, took a step back. You put energy or effort, sorry, you put effort into the relationship at that point, but he never undetached himself. I do think he still wants to hear from you. I still do think he wants more contact from you, but I think there's like a little bit of resistance. It's almost like he wants more. So if this is a thing where, like, if you're not texting every day, he does want to do that and stuff like that, you know? Um, but I am still seeing resistance. I'm still seeing hesitation on his end. So I went ahead and I asked if if it made things better. I got 5 of Cups in reverse. It's saying it made things better in the sense of he's not so much of a crybaby anymore, if you know what I mean. Um, like, he's forgiven you a bit, but he's not forgiven you fully, you know? You're still gonna see effort. You're still gonna see him putting his part, but again, like, there's still some of that um resistance, and I think you feel it in a way. I don't think you can necessarily explain it. I don't think I can necessarily explain it, but I think you see it and I see it, you know, like energy wise, you feel that hesitation from him still. And I can see what you mean. It's like it's there, but it's kind of like it's subtle, you know. And I think that's where your confusion lies. And I do think like he's forgiven you a bit about it, but not fully. He's not talking about it again. Like, I'm seeing he wants more closeness, but I'm still seeing the hesitation. I'm still seeing the hesitation. So I think it goes back to that original reading where we were talking about how, you know, like, he might just like dip out. Who knows? Um, we can't, I mean, you did purchase one for one more question. Did you want to ask if there's any advice that the cards can give you so that you can change course, or if there is nothing you can do to change course of this situation, if this is all just done? I think him and I are different. Not sure if we think alike or have the same needs. What do you mean? What do you mean, Christina? Or are you just saying that now because it's just too much effort at this point? Which at this point, I mean, I don't blame you. Because I mean, you guys are just dating. Like, he's just tripping. He never said we will go on a future date. So it's cool. I'm not feeling it too. Okay. Okay. That's all right. If you're not feeling it, it's okay. Just have fun with it. You know, as long as you had a good time, it's all good. And if you haven't heard from him since Saturday, which I'm assuming you haven't, because then again, the cards are telling me Three of Cups, he wants to hear more from you, or he wants to hear from you if there hasn't been any contact since then. But then with that Page of Swords in reverse, and I can't remember the other two cards right now from the top of my head, but those cards, I saw that hesitation. Oh, and then Five of Cups in reverse. He's just not forgiven you. Yeah, it's like he just puts you on his blacklist, and it's just like he's making it so hard to just take you out of it. I don't need a text all day to send tones, to send tons of pictures. Tones. I like my space, and he needs a lot of my attention. Oh, yeah, I'm one of those too. Yeah, I'm definitely not one of those where people, if they need tons of my attention, I'm just not one of those. Hi, honey. If you're interested in getting a question today, the readings are $5. I am accepting payments from PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. You will see all the information down below. Okay? Hi, Heather. If you're interested in a personal reading, go down below. The instructions are down below, okay? Yes, I understand. I understand. So what did you want to ask for your second question, Christina? Since if you're not feeling it anymore, do you want to see if you're going to meet someone new? Did you want that to be your second question? Can you look into my caregiver job? I got my fingerprints and license. I haven't gotten an email back from the owner that I was interviewed from. So will the job start if it works out? Didn't we say that this is the job you should choose? If I remember correctly. Are you just worried that you're not going to hear from them again? Because if I remember correctly, this was the job we told you to pick. Mm-hmm. And so, how long has it been that you haven't heard a response? Has it been a while? Because last time I probably heard from you, was it Wednesday or Tuesday, or was it Saturday that we did your last reading? I am nervous. I already paid $100 for all the background checks. So nervous about when I will start. Okay. If you want, we could see a time frame. Is that what you want? Like a time frame as to when you're gonna start? Because I mean, we already asked, and this was, I mean, the card suggested you take this job over the other one. So, I mean, that would answer this question, right? A week. Okay, so you're gonna start in a week. Okay. So what is it? What is your question exactly then? Oh, so you haven't heard from them in a week. Is that what you're trying to say? You haven't heard from them in a week. Wow. So so maybe the last time you and I have spoke was what, Tuesday? So maybe just reach out again. Maybe just reach out again or call. Okay. Let's go ahead and do a time frame. Because I mean, I don't see why they would ask you to do the, they tell you they want you, ask you to do the course, ask, ask you to do the fingerprints and all of that. They won't ask you to do the fingerprints if they're not going to hire you. They ask you to do the fingerprints right when they want you, right after they accept you. Then they ask for your fingerprints, right? Okay, so yeah, because I mean, I would assume so because then you already have the job. So let's just see a time frame. All right. Try to get a hold of him. Get a hold of him. I think he's a procrastinator. Get a hold of him. If I were you, I would get a hold of him. Don't let it dismotivate you. Get a hold of him. Tell him you got everything done. Tell him you did the course. You told him, get a hold of him. And don't let this mess with your Zen. Okay? I'm only letting you know, from Scorpio to Scorpio, don't let it get you out of your Zen. Don't let this mess with your energy. Yeah, call. If he doesn't answer, fucking show up, man. Because it's telling me that this is the kind of person that he doesn't even think about other people that, they're looking for fucking jobs because he owns a fucking business. So money just is nothing for him. So go and like he just has no regard. That's what I see. Like he's not even like thinking about you, that you need something. So he's not even thinking about like how, that this is like desperate times. So yeah, show up, make sure, like, hello, like, and don't let this get the best of you. The cards are telling me that that could be a big dismotivator right now. And they're making it a big point. And from Scorpio to Scorpio, don't let little, and this is not a little thing, this is your job, but don't let anything just mess with your cool, because nobody has that right. No job, no person, no entity. Nobody has that right to mess with your zen. Okay? Absolutely no one. Yeah, don't get discouraged. He will. No, it's not that he's not interested. It's just he has no regard. Like he's just like, moving around about his day. He's not thinking. That's what I'm trying to say. Like he's not thinking. So you got to be like, hello, you-hoo, like that's what I'm saying, like he's just taking, things day by day. He's not rushing. He's kind of slow. Like I said, he's from a different social class, and someone who makes good money, and someone who probably doesn't struggle. So he doesn't, think that other people are not in the same boat, you know. Alrighty, so Christina, thank you so much for asking your questions. You are more than welcome to ask more questions if you haven't done so already, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so and hit that notification button. I will be doing 2 psychic fairs. Guys, I have 2 psychic fairs coming up this year. I will be doing Pagan Pride in Long Beach on October 13th. This year, I will be the tarot reader there. And also, I will be doing another psychic fair, completely different group and everything, in August 17th and 18th. It's going to be a 2-day event. I will be posting about it later on this week, maybe tonight, tomorrow, depends when I'm going to be done with the graphics. I just fired my personal assistant who was doing my graphics, so I've been taking over. So whenever I get those graphics out, you will see the posts. This is going to be either tonight or later tomorrow. So stay tuned to seeing that on my Instagram. If not, follow me on Instagram, guys. And yes, bug him, pester this man. Okay. Thank you, Christina. Okay, so goodness gracious, I should have got some water. All right. I want to relocate to California, but I ask, see me traveling to Texas. Messages about me relocating to California. Will I be relocating to California or Texas? Okay, so from what I'm understanding, High Priestess, you want to know if whenever you relocate, you want to know if California or Texas. Is that what you want to know? California or Texas? We're going to go ahead and use Tarot 3D once again for you. I can see myself in both places, honestly, but it has to be where stability and love is. Okay, so you basically want to know in which place you would most likely end up finding stability and where you would find love. Okay, so all right, so let's see, which one would be better for you, California or Texas? Which one will you have a bigger chance of finding that lifetime partner and also finding stability? That's a good question. That's a very good question. Hi, Priestess. Kiara, let me ask you. Why specifically California or Texas? Why? Is there other alternatives to that? Have you thought of that? Because the cards are telling me, as far as like where you would most likely find those two things, which one, which place over the other. The thing is that I feel like regardless of where you move, I feel like that is gonna be a struggle. I don't see you finding stability or love in either, or finding both in either. It could be a thing where you find love but you don't find stability, or you'll find the stability but you won't find the love. You know, so for California, if you decide to go to California, I do think you're going to try to do the whole dating thing, but I think you're going to just get more confused than anything. I think the dating scene is just going to get you a lot more confused. The culture in California, the dating culture in California is just going to get you like really confused. I think I see confusion. I think you're not going to know what to do. I see you reaching out. I got these two cards for California. I got the Hermit in reverse with the Hierophant. So I see that you're going to be trying to date. You're going to put yourself out there. You're going to put yourself out there with the intention of trying to meet someone. But it is telling me right here that at the same time, though, I see that you would just get confused. I think just maybe the dating culture here would just confuse you, and it would just really much. I think it would just very much feel like you have to like really leave things up to the universe, and whether you would get comfortable with that or not. That, I mean, being a Californian myself, that's how it is. Like, it's out when it comes to the dating scene. It's all about the present moment. Like, you can't dictate how it goes. You just go with it. And if not, oh well, here we go, you're dating another person now. And just a bunch of serial monogamists here. As far as, so you said, I had a vision of me with this older man in California. Maybe it was just an event. Also in Dallas, Texas, I seen me with this guy who come from a good family, and him treating me well. Okay, well, I'm not sure where you're getting these visions from, honey. Okay, what about Florida? Well, that can be another question. If you want to ask about Florida, we can ask that in a separate question. Okay, so, and I'll tell you why right now, why I think that there should be alternatives. So, oh, you meditate a lot. You meditate a lot. Okay, perfect, perfect, good, awesome. And I believe you because you're Aquarius. Awesome. So, the cards are telling me right here, though, as far um, as far as Texas, I think you would appreciate yourself more. I see a lot of growth, a lot of personal growth for yourself. I see that you would learn to love yourself more. If you felt like you already loved yourself, I think that is something you would definitely learn. That's going to be something that I feel like you would learn. I feel like a lot of people would, I think you would get a lot of attention. That, yes. I feel like you would get a lot of attention. Maybe I just need to stay out. I'm in my hometown and these things never came. Yeah, from what the cards are telling me, as far as Dallas, it's telling me you'll get attention. And I feel like with that, I do see that you will be very flattered. I'm seeing a lot of lessons with that too. And I am seeing, so necessarily having both on either. California, well, the cards are saying, well, it depends. It depends how you play your cards and if you can really, you know, get on with the punches as far as how the dating culture is here. As far as Texas, I feel like you will get you will get a lot of attention, but I'm seeing a lot of karma, a lot of karmic lessons here. Maybe I need to stay where I am for now. LOL. Yeah. I'm seeing you would meet someone in Texas, but the thing is, I feel like it's going to be an infatuation. I think it's going to be, yeah, I'm seeing karmic lessons. It could be a thing where, like, a person that you can't get rid of, just not a good one. It's not a good one. So this could be like a person who just never, you can never get them out of your hair. He's going to be infatuated over you, and I even get the feeling that you might even be so into him too that he's toxic for you, but like you just can't resist him either. Okay, you are more than welcome to send another donation if you want. Yes. Oh man. There you go. I just got your payment, Kiara. Go ahead. All right, so you're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You want to know if you'll meet someone there. What's funny is the past guy was from the same city as me, but we didn't meet here. We met in a different state. It happens. It happens. I actually have a sister who she was traveling to Canada, and she met her last relationship, her last relationship up to date over there. And he was from LA. We're from LA. And they started dating. Happens, but a waste of time. Yeah, it happens. I've been here all my life again. I waited until I was 29. Yeah, sometimes we look at those little things and we assume that, it's the universe trying to show us that it's the one. And, those are horrible lessons. So that's what brought Hold together, like, oh, there just be something here. We from the same city. Okay. That's just crazy. Same city. But it happens. Let's see. Do we see love for you in Pennsylvania? In the state of Pennsylvania. I gotta know, but we did also did want to see for Florida. So let me go ahead and ask for Florida as well for you. So can we see for Florida? Can we see for Florida? Real quick. No. No. Not Florida. Not Dallas. California depends on if we can get out with the culture. It's a tricky one. That's the thing about California, dating scene in California. And we work for the same company in the same job position. Also, it was like, oh, this must be someone significant. Exactly, I know. And those are the hardest lessons, right? Those are the hardest lessons from the universe. But yes, as far as Florida, I don't think so either. So Florida, no. Dallas, no. California depends. And Pittsburgh, no. Hopefully it's from another planet. Right. All righty, girl. Alrighty, so Kiara, if you have more questions for me, I will take them all if you are interested. Nevertheless, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Okay? Don't forget to follow me there. I will be announcing all my stuff coming soon. All right, guys, I will be leaving in 30 seconds. So last call if there's anybody who wants any tarot readings. All right, guys, I am going to go ahead and take a mini break. Expect me again this evening at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Thank you so much once again for the support. Don't forget to follow here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch. I will see you guys at 5. Bye.